Hello and welcome back to my craft room. When I got home from work today, guess what was waiting for me? Woohoo! It's ScrawlrBox day. So that was a couple of hours ago when I got home. I've cooked and eaten dinner and I'm ready to find out what's in the box this month. So let's get to it. It's quite a weighty box. I'm a little bit I'm curious because when I think it was the same last month, but certainly this month, a few days ago, when I got the email from ScrawlrBox to say that it had been dispatched, there was a little thumbnail of contents in there. So I'm hoping that was just a thumbnail of contents from a previous box, just for kind of, you know, illustration. If it was a thumbnail of the actual contents of this box, it's going to be a little bit disappointing. So I'll be surprised though, because I think they know half the fun is finding out what's inside. Anyway, shall we find out? Ooh. Ooh, this one's intriguing. Look at this. Looks like all binary numbers, doesn't it? Oh, and a robot. So this is the inspirational piece of art that we get every month. It's a different shape from usual. Created by Imri, self-taught artist from Scotland who loves all things robots and cartoons. I'm not going to read too much. I'll read all about that later, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Ooh. So this is all kind of black, white and grey with that flash of purple there. I wonder what we're going to find inside. So we've got an A5 pad of white card, 10 sheets, 250 GSM, smooth white card. Okay. There's no other maker's name on it apart from ScrawlrBox. So let's get the box out of the way. Here's the exciting part. This is just making you think it's going to be just mainly black and white, maybe, which I don't like. Let's find out. I'm intrigued. Ooh. So there's the sticker, which is always, you know, part of the featured artwork. The Scrawler challenges bionic being. I'm not going to read too much about the rest because I don't want to spoil my surprise. The sweetie that you get every month, it tends to go with the colour scheme of the supplies. This is Oral Woolies Raw Highland Toffee Chew Bar, so maybe that's more to do with the fact that the featured artist is from Scotland. I don't know. Ooh, nice. I like a bit of toffee. Robin Hood Industrial Estate. Oh, Dublin. Which is an island, not Scotland, so interesting. 10p. Okay. So this is what we... Ooh. Now this is intriguing. Keep the tissue. This is an intriguing box indeed. So we've got... Let's bring you down a little bit. Wait for it to finish wobbling. We've got a 3B pencil, Kohinoor. I'm not going to try and pronounce those and get it wrong. Hang on. There we go. We've got one colour here. So it's a Rembrandt polycolour in dark violet. We've got a Copic multi-liner, pigment ink, water and Copic proof. Does that mean we've got Copics here? So it means we've got alcohol markers here. So we can use this and the alcohol markers won't disturb it. Oh. Graphics sketch marker by Marabou. We've had other Marabou products before and I really like them. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 markers. So it's 6 shades of grey. Wow, this is going to be quite a challenge, this one, isn't it? They look nice. They feel nice in your hand. So they've got bullet point at one end. Oh, come here. Focus. There we go. Bullet point at one end. And chisel point at the other. Assuming they're all the same, let's just look at a couple more. Yeah, chisel, bullet, yeah. So we've got a black fine liner, a purple pencil, a 3B graphite pencil, and 6 shades of grey. How intriguing. I think I'm going to enjoy this. So let's have a better look now at this. Incoming message 0010111. Decrypting Scrawler Challenge. This month's ScrawlrBox is all about exploring the world of robots. Using the supplies inspired by our feature artist, try experimenting with grayscale and the use of tone, shading and textures to bring your bionic beings to life. End of message. I like that. So we've got a Copic multi-liner in black, 0.3 nib, 10 sheets of smooth white card, a Kohinoor 3B pencil, and a Lyra Polycolour pencil in dark violet, and a set of 6 Marabou markers, Alpha Robot set. These colours, oh hang on. Marabou graphic sketch markers are filled with a top quality alcohol based ink that is low odour and rapid drying. These markers are perfect for layering and will create fantastically intense colour depth the more layers you apply. These colours can also be mixed while the ink is still wet on your surface. These markers have dual Japanese tips. The Japanese are very good at pens. Japanese pens are always brilliant, in my experience. A fine 1mm brush nib at one end for precise control and crisp fine detailing, and a 7mm chisel tip at the other. I didn't realise that. I thought it was a bullet nib. I didn't realise it was. But I wouldn't call that an actual. I'd call it more like a bullet nib, personally. To me, to be a brush nib, I can't make it focus. There we go. So to me, to be a brush nib, it's got to be at least slightly flexible at the nib, and that isn't. It's more like a bullet nib than a brush, in my opinion. Anyway, fine 1mm brush nib at one end for precise control and crisp fine detailing, and a 7mm chisel tip at the other, great for covering large areas quickly. This pack includes 6 grey tones, 3 cool and 3 warm, to experiment and create with. Yeah, I did notice that there were cooler and warmer greys there, so I guess these are the cool and these are the warm. Fantastic. Let's have a look in the ScrawlrZine now then. Quick look at the contents. I love that illustration. It's not the kind of thing I think I could do, but I admire the skill. Anyway, can still be inspired by it. Well, he looks a bit fierce. He looks very Scottish as well, actually. He's got a Scottish look about him, Emery. I always love to have a read about the featured artist. Look at that cat, like a robot cat. Scrawler tips. So, behind the artwork I sketch out very basic shapes with a light pencil. I don't spend much time on sketching, just basically shapes. Then on to inking, my favourite part. Things to try. Get planning. A #1 rule for markers is to swatch your colours before diving into a final piece. You want to see which colours work together. Do a bleed test when swatching your markers. Yeah, I always do that. And then you can kind of allow for it when you're colouring areas. Use different type strokes throughout your drawing to create texture and dimension. Even coverage. Move your marker slowly over the page so you don't get a streaky look. Great for layering, so try working from background to foreground when placing your colours. That way you can build up intensity and depth as you move into the more details foreground features. Okay. Oh, now this is always one of my favourite bits. To see what other people did with the 2 months ago box. Now this is a box that I really struggled with. I loved the pens. I struggled with the colours though, and I just, yeah, I ended up putting my challenge piece in the bin. I had another go. I did come back to it and have another go, but I really, yeah, I wasn't feeling it with this one. But look at what other people have managed to do with this. Oh, I think my favourite, if I had to pick one, they're all amazing, but actually both the cat ones I love. Look at that. I mean, that is just a cat. That just is a cat, isn't it? Wow. I think the challenge was called Creature Comforts. Yeah, Creature Comforts. So yeah. Oh, that is wonderful. I love that. And I love this is a cat one as well. A cat wearing a lovely warm jumper. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Dragon with a cup of cocoa and a scarf. Oh, clever, clever peeps. Look at the, I mean, yeah. They are brilliant. I just, yeah. I'm blown away by those. Yep. I'll have a good look at them later. Check out some of those Instagrams and things. Can robots make art? Oh, that's an interesting one. And also, can robots write stories? Yeah, I've talked about this with my son before, so yeah, I'll have a good read of that later. So before I waffle on for too long, let's just swatch these and see how they behave. So now, is there a, I'm assuming, oh, that's a bit funny. I'm assuming this will be the right side. Is there a different texture? I feel like maybe it's very slightly smoother on the kind of wrong sides. I'll be interested to try both because I always have to do that. Okay, let's just swatch them. So I'm going to go with this purple pencil first. Let's bring it down even nearer. Oops, sorry. Cool, you can get a very dense colour with it. Getting some crumbs there, but that's because I'm being really rough with it. Yep, lovely. Nice dense colour there. So this is the 3mm Copic multi-liner pigment ink, and it shouldn't move with alcohol inks. Feels lovely on this nice smooth card. Yep. Well, after that's dried for a little while, I will try one of the alcohol markers over it just to see if it moves at all. And then we've got 3B pencil. I like 2, 3, 4B. I'll probably use them more than anything else. Yep, lovely. Really feels lovely and smooth, no grittiness or anything. Yep, very nice. But the most exciting part is this, isn't it? Well, obviously, after the toffee chew bar. So, now there are no catchy names to this. They're just numbers, the colours. So this one is 987. Now they're saying to get a nice even coat, just go slowly, don't try and go too fast. That is a lovely, because I did actually do that quite quickly. That's actually coming out lovely and smooth. It's coming through there and slightly bleeding onto the page underneath as well, actually. Let's just try this, what they're calling a brush nib, but I'm calling a bullet nib. I would not call that, I just don't think that, to me, that's just not brush nib. There's absolutely no flexibility in it. You can get quite a fine line. It does bleed a little bit. So if, say, say I wanted to colour that area in, I'd probably stop just shy of the lines, allowing for the fact that it's going to bleed out a little bit. Yeah, so you can see even as I'm watching, it's bleeding out to that line. I think I could definitely, yeah, it's just a question of getting used to them. So while I'm at it, and I've got this pearl colour that seems to be completely dry, let's just see. Yeah, that's lovely. Look, no movement of that Copic multi-liner at all, not even a tiny bit. So that's really good to know. So that's that colour. So this is one of the warmer looking colours to me. This is the next darkest warm colour. It's like a, yeah, a warm grey. And as they say, as you go over it, it gets darker and darker. Brilliant. Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy these. So this one is the 988. So we've got, oh, look at that. That's very, I don't know if it will show up on camera so much, but it's very brownish looking, almost definitely does bleed out as it dries, but I'd be interested to see how it works on other papers as well. Definitely going through a little bit to the page below, not an awful lot, but yeah, you would definitely need to bear it in mind. So I'm doing the cool colours now. This is 985. Yeah, I can get a fantastic range of colours with these. And this is 986. Lovely. And as they dry, they smooth out even more. So this one now, as it's dried, it's completely smooth coverage. I did go quite slowly with that one. I think they're right about the slower you go. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really, yeah, really like these. And it's going to be quite challenging, but the kind of challenge I really enjoy. Bionic Being. I wish I could draw things like this, but it's really not my kind of thing. Maybe I could do a bionic man or something. So I don't I really admire people who can open this box and straight away produce a wonderful piece of art. I can't do that. I have to mull it for a couple of days, mull it all over in my mind and have a bit of a think and a bit of a play and a bit of a read of the all the tips and everything. So that's it. That's the contents of the box. I must say it is nothing like what was shown in that little thumbnail that came with the email, so that's a relief. They haven't decided to start giving us a little sneaky peek before it arrives. It's obviously just for illustration purposes, so that's good. Yeah, exciting possibilities. I'm really looking forward to having a play with this. Not sure how well I'm going to get on with Bionic Being, but I will enjoy having a go. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope you don't have to wait too long for your ScrawlrBox if you're waiting for yours to arrive. I will be back in a few days. I will need to mull this for a few days before I get started, but I'll be back soon and show you how I get on with the challenge. Thanks very much for joining me today, and I will see you again really soon.